Welcome back to another State of the Market for September 2024. We've got some really good information here for you today on how the market is doing here on beautiful Cape Cod and Barnstable County from Plymouth to P-Town. We're going to cover the interest rates and a whole bunch in between. Let's just get started. Let me go ahead and just share my screen. So we're going to start right off here with our median sales price, 737,000. We ended up, which in August was 705,000. And so the median sales price went up about $32,000. Okay. And the next sector that we're going to talk about is our active listings. So this tells us how many properties are for sale, right? So in September, the end of September, we had 975 properties. Now that includes houses, condos, condominiums, and raw land. So 975 for the end of September. The end of August, it was 980. So we dropped about 5 properties. So let's just consider that a push. Next is we're going to talk about days on market. So this tells us when we're talking to buyers and sellers, how quickly properties go under contract. 17 was the median days on market for the end of September, 17 days on market. Is that a lot or a little? Well, that's very little. Before COVID, let me show you. I've got to go back almost 5 years now. It's crazy, right? Right here. March of 2020, it was 68, right? That was right before COVID. You can see we've just been bouncing along the bottom of the ocean floor here. And today we're at 17. In August, it was 19. And so we reduced our days on market by 2. Not a lot, but it's good. 2. Months of supply is sitting at 3.4 months of supply for the end of September. In August, it was 3.4. And what the month of supply tells us is how much inventory we have before we run out of inventory. It's kind of like another term is called absorption rate. So when you have 4 months of inventory or less, that is a seller's market, which we have been in for quite some time. The last time we went over 4 months of inventory was probably June of 2020. 5 months of inventory is a neutral market. It's not a seller's market or a buyer's market. It's kind of neutral. And when you have 5 months or more of worth of inventory, then it is a buyer's market. And we have been in a seller's market now for quite some time. Inventory is creeping up a little bit year over year, but we're still way behind from where we were pre-COVID. So months of supply is 3.4. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the list to sales price ratio. So if you list your house for $1 million, how much should I expect to get for an offer? So at the end of September, it was 98.7, right? And at the end of October, it was 99.1. So it's dropped about a point, let's say. So things loosening up a little bit, perhaps. I've seen houses still go for way over, especially the nice ones, especially if they're under 800,000. They're still getting multiple offers and selling for over list. I've seen some properties go for under list to sale price ratio. Perhaps maybe the house is overpriced and it was sitting on the market, or it needs work, or it's got a funky floor plan, right? 98.7 is where we sit for percentage of list to sales price ratio for the end of September. And the next thing I want to talk about is interest rates, right? So the Feds, let me just stop my screen share here. So the Feds just reduced the rates by a half a basis point. just last week or so, 10 days ago or so, right? And so we've seen more buyers jump in, right? Because the lower the rate, the more buying power you have. So let's talk about the interest rates, right? So for a 30-year fixed conventional rate, let's get my little cheat sheet here. So 30-year fixed conventional is 6.0. A 30-year FHA, Federal Housing Administration, which you can do those loans for as little as 3.5% down, which is fabulous. 5.8. A 30-year Veterans Administration. So for all you veterans that are out there looking to buy a house, you're looking at 5.4. Fantastic rate. And a 30-year jumbo at 6.4. So a jumbo, you do have to finance $766,500 or more, qualify for a jumbo. So there you have it. State of the market for the end of September. Thank you so much for viewing and watching these videos that we put together for you. We have a lot of fun getting the stats every month and seeing how they change. But the most important thing is we want to make sure that our buyers and sellers are making the absolute very best smart decisions they can make. And they're the smartest people at the closing table, right? Real estate's all about making smart decisions. It's always a good time to buy real estate. There's never a good or bad time. There's certain opportunities that bring others, other times better than others, but there's always good things happening in real estate, good times or bad. There's always good values out there. You just have to have the right agent looking, and you got to keep turning over those rocks. All right. So on that note, we'll catch you at the next State of the Market in October for the end of September. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.